In this video, we're going to be talking about creating teamwork in breakout rooms through the use of roles, and doing so in a low-stress, scaffolded way. Not every breakout room needs group roles. However, bigger projects like a career research project, a problem-solving scenario, a resume or application review, a reading and evidence discussion, a community resource research project, or even a discussion or mini debate will probably benefit from structured roles. This is a slide that I share with my students. Why are breakout rooms important? Depending on your group, you could ask them to start brainstorming. You could give them some ideas. Sometimes I do that. Things like share ideas and perspectives, support peers, and solve problems together, and ask them, what else? You could also have them brainstorm their own lists and have them compare it with your list. Once we establish, hey, breakout rooms are important in this class, and let's talk about how we do those. And we do those through jobs or roles. And I show them the 5 roles that I typically use, which are project manager, IT support, team spokesperson, workflow coordinator, and researcher. Depending on your time and the level of scaffolding you would like to do, you could ask students to predict what they think each job does. You could also ask for opinions. Hey, which role do you think is most important and why? Let's get into our jobs and those job descriptions. This is another slide that I show my students. You could even assign it as pre-work if you like. I may ask students to read those descriptions. I may highlight some of those keywords like facilitates, encourages, helps. Another instructor move could be to ask students what are some qualities or traits of a good project manager. Chat them or raise your hand and tell me. Next, IT support. What's key here is to let the students know that they don't have to be a tech expert. This job is more about listening, taking notes, consolidating information, and there's a lot of students that love to do that. So I suggest remove any technological barrier by showing them some screenshots or a short video on how to share a screen so that they're able to do that when it's time to work on a shared document. Team spokesperson or the presenter or the reporter. Definitely set expectations here. I don't want my shyer students to not want to do this job, so I usually tell them, I'm looking for a key takeaway. I'm looking for a few sentences. If there's a longer presentation involved, you'll probably have help from your other team members. Workflow coordinator. Not just the timekeeper. They also have to be able to manage up to the professor or teacher when problems arise and get help when needed. And finally, researcher, particularly important for projects, but also if you have a lot of English language learning students, this might be helpful to have someone to look up words or difficult concepts. Not every activity will require a researcher, so you can play that one by ear and adapt accordingly. So especially the first time you introduce roles, I do ask students to go into breakout rooms for 5 minutes. The only activity you have is to choose your job and for the project manager to chat that list to me. This way we're teaching some accountability, which is a workplace skill, but also it helps you manage your classroom to see where there's problems. So once we're all on board with our roles, let's practice. And we intentionally choose a simple activity like a categories game where they can practice their team roles. No Google, no ChatGPT, no cheating. So essentially we don't need the researcher in this case, but we got our categories: food, place, a job or role, a skill, and something you use every day. I give them an example, like with the letter S, for example, sandwich, school, supervisor, speaking, smartphone, and let them know the IT support person will be typing that. Give them a new letter. Let them know be creative with your answers. You get rewarded points for answers that other team members don't have. And don't forget to set that time limit. Students can report back. That's where the team spokesperson comes in. Teacher, you can award points. You can go on to another letter if you like. And then I usually wrap up with some teamwork norms, either ones we've already established, or maybe these are ones that I give to the students depending on my timing of my class. And I might finish up with a reflection or an exit ticket where students have to share something they learned about teamwork that day.